You've been gone, so you probably don't know this. But I've been put in charge of the pyrotechnics for fairies for Fantastic Festivals INC. That's great, Ken. I'm really proud of you. Your dad must be. Yeah, it's awesome. Just wait till you see what we are planning for Beltane this year. It's gonna be super cool with Summer smiled and nodded when Ken talked and talked and talked. She also studied him. She hadn't been exaggerating. He really didn't change in 4 years. She'd been gone. He was wearing a t-shirt and said, "This way to the gun show," with arrows pointing on his biceps. Summer had to stifle and a giggle. His biceps were like the rest of his body, young and cute and lean. They were definitely not guns, loaded or otherwise, and she definitely wasn't comparing them to Colin's muscular arms. She mentally shook herself while Ken paused in his monologue to jog into the kitchen to snag the bottle of Chardonnay. He came back to the room, still talking about the plans for the awesome fireworks show that would be the climactic event of Mysterious Beltane Festival. She saw that his faded baggy jeans were fashionably shredded over both knees, and he was wearing bright blue Skechers. Nope, he definitely hadn't changed since high school. It was about then that Summer began to wonder if dinner would ever end. Dang, Some. Sorry about your headache, Ken said as she handed him his jacket and walked him to the door. I guess I'm just tired from the teaching all day. He stopped at the door she'd opened and turned to face her. It was great to see you again. I'm really glad we are back, son. Ken rested an arm over her shoulder nonchalantly as he slouched in the doorway. His blue eyes sparkled with another smile. Dinner was totally awesome. She provided the word when he hesitated, bent to her. His kiss was sweet and questioning and very, very gentle. In other words, it was everything Summer believed she wanted in a kiss from the man she'd been fantasizing about for years. She didn't feel a thing in response. Give him a chance, she chided herself. This is what you decided you want. He fits in the plan. Summer leaned into Ken and put her arms around his neck, returning his questioning kiss with an exclamation mark. She felt the surprise in his body, and then he parted his lips and followed her lead, kissing her deeper, longer. Summer thought he tasted weirdly like wine and lemonade. She wondered vaguely why he always reminded her of lemons, not the tarted kind, but the super sweet country time lemonade lemons, with lots of sugar. Lots. Ken was still kissing her softly and swiftly, while Summer's mind wandered. She was thinking about what she was supposed to teach her sophomores the next day as she absently looked over his shoulders at the dark edge of the forest. She thought she saw something move there, just inside the boundaries of her yard. She wondered what it was. The moon was high and insanely bright and almost full. Could it be one of the town's many werewolves? And then it hit her. She was thinking about school and werewolves and the moon, while Ken was making out with her. That just couldn't be right. When Colin had kissed her, she hadn't been able to think of anything except him. His touch, his mouth, his taste, his kiss. Ken's kiss made her want to compile a shopping list or maybe fold some laundry. No, this definitely was not going to work. Time to change the plan. Instantly, she pulled away from him. He gave her a sweet boyish smile. Sorry, son. Did I get carried away? No, Ken, honey. Summer patted his cheek gently. I got carried away. I think it's best if you and I stay good friends and don't mess that up. We're trying to be more than that. Do you know what I mean? Ken's smile didn't falter. Sure, whatever. That's fine with me. Hey, do you think I could have some of that awesome spaghetti sauce to take with me so I could snack on it later? Sure, Kenny Benny, Summer said, and laughing made him up a quick to go package, patted him on the head, and said goodnight. Before she closed the door, she heard the distinctive giggle of several female fairies who had obviously been waiting to escort their Kenny Benny home, or whatever. She was still shaking her head at herself while she cleaned up the dinner dishes. Jenny was right. I might be insane. Ken was so not the man for her. Actually, if she was being totally honest with herself, Kenny Benny was not a man yet, and clearly he might never be. Raising the dish, she laughed out loud. She should be upset at having her fantasy of the perfect man blown to pieces and her future plan messed up. Or at the very least, she should have been disappointed. But she wasn't. She definitely wasn't. Her hands slid through the warm soapy water, making her think of sleek naked skin sliding against sleek naked skin, of heat and passion, and a kiss that could seem to stop the world. No, she couldn't want the vampire. And then, while washing Kenny Benny's very empty plate, she looked up at her reflection in the dark window above the sink. Her face was flushed, and her eyes were big and dark with desire. Am I absolutely positive I can't want the vampire? She asked herself. Yes, you are absolutely positive. Her reflection seemed to reply. But his kiss was. Reason 1. You can't want him. Her reflection interrupted. Is that he is a carnivore, and that makes you want to throw up a little in the back of your throat. I don't have to eat what he eats. Oh goddess, I don't, do I? Did one share one's blood with a vampire, or did one's vampire eat solo? Reason 2, her reflection continued. His flesh is cold, dead, hard. Well, what's wrong with hard? She argued with herself. Plus, he touched me before we were in the painting, and it really wasn't that bad. Reason 3, he's not your type. Okay, look, she told herself sternly. Up until about 10 minutes ago, I thought Kenny was my type. Maybe I need to change my type. Reason 4, her conscience ignored her. He makes you feel out of control, and you don't like feeling out of control. Well, that's because he was unexpected. He's expected now, so I won't have a control problem. I left my purse at his gallery. Silently, she thanked the goddess for that sleep. Freudian or not, I have to see him one more time. Yeah, so tomorrow, I'll just swing by the gallery after school and pick up my purse. She tucked around her toothbrush to her reflection on the bathroom mirror. No big deal. No enormous ulterior motives, she lied. Just getting my purse, saying a quick hello, then coming home. There won't be any more kissing. None at all. It wouldn't even be appropriate, really. Summer crawled into bed, thinking about the difference between Ken's kisses and Colin's kisses. What a difference. Why had she ever thought passion and heat were bad things? Okay, she knew the answer to that, even if she didn't like to admit it. She was scared of too much passion, that it would cause her to lose control, and if she lost control, she'd get burned. Summer had learned that lesson, well, with her stupid out of control magic. Maybe it was smart of her to be scared. Was playing with a vampire like playing with fire or ice? Fire, she decided as her body heated the cool sheets. Collins's passion had been exactly like fire. Her hands touched her lips, remembering Collins's caress, and then slid slowly down her body, pausing to cup her breast. Her nipples ached. Summer squeezed them, gently at first, and then she craved more, and her touch got rougher. As she teased her ultra-sensitive nipples, she moaned, almost as if she couldn't stop the impulse. One of her hands moved down between her legs. Summer gasped at the sleek heat she found there. She was liquid with desire. She closed her eyes and stroked herself. As her orgasm built, Summer imagined hands on her body and lips against her skin. And when her release came, it was Colin's intensity that she was thinking of, and his touch she yearned for.